Hello everybody, my name's Dave and today I'm going to fill the Jackaroo up with fuel. Yes, the car is running again. Seems a bit flat this morning, but we'll see how we go. They haven't got much space here, have they? Engine's just cut out. Oh dear. I don't know why, but it has. Something's gone wrong. I don't think I'll be able to manoeuvre home at this speed. Let's see how we go. That sounds like a starter motor. We're never going to get down here. You've probably seen the video intro there where I attempted to drive the car to get some fuel. Ended up with the engine cutting out. It isn't the starter motor. I managed to drive the car around here. My neighbour's van was there. I went around it but got stuck at an angle like this. A friendly guy from the next street came and gave us a shove with his kids. Then my son and my wife and I shoved the car back to this point. Now I've talked to Chris, and Chris reckons that the issue is probably a cam spinning. So it seemed very odd that the whole engine has lost compression. If it had dropped a valve and put a hole in the piston, it would have been compression lost on one cylinder, so it would still turn over, but the whole engine's spinning. So today what I'm going to do is take off the rocker cover again, have another look, see if the cam's aligned, and if they aren't, then I'll fix it. If they are, then I'll have to keep looking. Where are we at? Got the engine stripped down, got the rocker cover off, got the front cover off. Can't turn the engine over, it's a bit too heavy to do, so I need a bit of pipe, so I've got to go up to Bunnings and buy some pipe. Once I've done that, I'll get the head lined up, check the cam orientation, make sure nothing's slipped. If it has, then I'll fix it up. I reckon that's got to be it, because I don't understand how all the cylinders can turn over and have no compression at the same time. Seems a bit odd to me, so it does stem like a slip camshaft, so we'll see. Car update. Why I haven't posted a new video on some of our latest news. I got my car running, took it around the extended block down O'Shea Road and along Clyde Road, and it ran absolutely fine. Parked it up, and the next day I went out, started it up, and then attempted to go for some fuel. Got to the top of the street, I turned left and the engine cut out. I managed to coast the car around the block and almost got home. My neighbour's van was parked at the side of the road, and when I went around it, I ran out of momentum. I almost got back to the curb. I can't have been 5 metres short. So I wasn't blocking the road. I put my hazards on, and a kindly neighbour pulled up in his ute and he gave me a push, and we got it to the side of the road. Later, my son and my wife helped me push the car back onto the nature strip, and now it's in the position where it is. The engine, okay. So the engine ran fine, and it would, after it had cut out, it would, you see in the video, it would spin over, and it seemed like there was no compression at all. Initially I thought it was the starter motor, but the engine turns over, so it can't be. Makes no sense. My next thought was a broken valve or a piston, but I thought that cannot be the case either, as all 3 other cylinders would have compression and there was no compression. Also, there was no bang when the engine stopped. Had it been a piston or a valve, it would have banged. Then I spoke with Chris to ask if he had any ideas. Chris said that perhaps one of the cams is out of timing, slightly one tooth. He said this can happen where the cam spins, but I cannot see how that can happen because it's fastened down with the cam bearings, and it's also engaged in these 2 great teeth at the front, sprocket wheels. So I don't see how that could change either. Then I thought it might be the timing belt that has slipped, and that is as far as I have got so far. From what I can see, the engine timing does look to be out. So the plan. My plan is to remove the timing belt and retime the whole engine again. I have got the cam cover off again, the radiator cowling and the viscous fan are removed, but there are a few issues stopping me from working besides the rain. On last Thursday night, being a midwife, my wife went to the hospital to be with our son and his wife for the birth of our first grandchild. She didn't get home till about 6:15 in the morning. Our granddaughter Sahana was born at 1:55 a.m. on the Friday the 30th of August 2024 and weighed in at a whopping 3.99 kilos. She was over a week overdue, which is why it heads the weight. I had got up early to make coffee, and about 7:15 a.m. as I walked away from the kitchen, I thought I noticed out of the corner of my eye something past the kitchen window. I wasn't sure. Thought that's a bit unusual as we don't have a gate down there. So I went to the laundry door and looked out at the security screen. Couldn't see anything, so I opened the screen, looked right, because that's the shorter distance, and if anybody's coming from that direction to get out, they would have attacked me. And then I looked left, and there was a man climbing over the fence at the end of the exit in our garden. Here's a picture to show you why it's unusual. As you can see, there is no gate, so it's very suspicious. I shouted to him, "What are you doing, mate?" And he said, "I'm just getting a lemon," and held a lemon up. Now he was over the other side of the fence by now, and he could see over the fence just. I said, "Next time, knock on the door and ask for one." And with that, he was gone. So I went to check my security camera and the footage, and there was nothing. I hadn't captured him in either direction, which was very, very disappointing. Either that or he knew how to surpass the camera. Since then, I've put 3 signs over the fence now, relocated the camera to get a better view, and I've also put steel anti-rodent spikes all along the top of the fence as a deterrent. I've also ordered a second camera for this area, which I've got here, which is a 2K UFI camera with built-in solar panel. So I'm going to fit that when it stops raining. Another incident. On the Sunday morning, I had fallen asleep in my computer chair, and my daughter woke me about 1:30 a.m. As I went to bed, I noticed that she was looking through the window by the door, the side panels of the door, and the outside light was on. She said there was a white hatchback parked at the end of our driveway, and a guy in a dark coloured hoodie had got out of the car, passenger side, and he had gone up to our neighbour's ute. She switched on the outside light, and by the time she got back to the window, the car and the person were gone. Although she did say she saw them doing a U-turn. I again checked my cameras and nothing. So disappointed. However, the neighbour did capture this. Very fuzzy, not very clear, but at least it's a bit of a description. Now, there's another incident here, and this one's my fault. On the Sunday, I'd worked on my car, and I couldn't turn over the engine by hand, even with a breaker bar. So I needed an extension for the breaker bar. So I went to Bunnings and realised I hadn't got my phone with me. But I did have my wallet. When I got home, I could not find my phone for love nor money. We tried calling it, but nobody answered. We tried calling it, we tried listening for it, couldn't hear it anywhere. And then I had a thought that I thought I might have left it on the back of the car on the boot lid. So I went onto Google to find my phone, and I could see its location lying at the side of Grice's Road, which is near to where we live. We retrieved the phone, and I realised that I had left it on the boot of my car, and it had ejected itself off the boot when we'd gone around the roundabout on Grice's Road. Now, so I have my phone back. It still works, it buzzes, it rings, and people have called it, but the screen is not quite what you would expect a screen to look like. It's not really glass any longer, it's more cracks. So I stripped it down and I'm awaiting a replacement screen coming today. Luckily, Samsung put a screen on the frame, so you can just order a new frame and it's easy to put in. So that's where we're at, really. That's why I've not posted a new video. We're a bit crime related incidents going on. We did have another incident on Monday night where a van arrived at 3 o'clock in the morning and my neighbour saw it. He thought that the guy was delivering food to a house opposite. Sometimes apparently that these fast food, these home food organisations like Get Fresh and wherever, deliver in the middle of the night. And he did have a big box van. He did go to the side of it, and it did look like a cooler van, and he did take something out of it. But he said he'd gone up to the side of my car, and then Ryan had come out about 3 o'clock in the morning after he'd gone, and he said he couldn't see anything. So now we're getting a bit paranoid, I think. However, I have got that on camera. I did capture that one, and he did go to the side of his van first and then get some stuff out. So I think that's probably a legitimate delivery, whereas the white car wasn't. My daughter's seen the white car a few times hanging around at the middle of the night, driving backwards and forwards, casing the joint. So I think that is a worry. I have reported this and the incident of the guy in our garden to the police. The police have told us to ring them next time something happens and they'll come straight down. Whether they will or not, I don't know. But anyway, thanks for listening, thanks for being understanding, and I'll get you a video as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, see you again.